Alright, so how do we take this large envelope and make it into a letter size envelope? First, let's cover some other material real quick. So how do we take our large envelope and shrink it down into a letter size envelope that will enable us to send things through the mail cheaper? This is what this video will instruct you on. Why would we want to do this? Well, the advantage comes down to the postage is the money we're going to save. So as you can see, for every given weight class, 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce, you save 44 cents. Just be cognizant that the letter only goes up to 3.5 ounces. The large envelope actually continues all the way up to 13 ounces. And here is our criteria. We have to limit our new letter size envelope. We're actually doing a number 14 envelope if you want to be technical. 6 1/8 inches, we're going to make ours 5 inches high. 11.5 inches in length. We have to be able to get 11-inch paper. They're 8.5 by 11. So we want to make sure we stay under that. So we're actually going to make it like 11 3/8 is what we want to do. And here is how we cut down our large envelope. So we have our large envelope. I like to keep the stamp side, or the right side is the same crease I'm going to use. I'm going to decrease the left side, or the address side, before we're done. Usually in these envelopes, if we go just to the inside of the brown line, that the ones I happen to have, and that would be right at 11.5. So I want to make sure that that line does not appear on the front in the future. Alright, so how do we do this? What I do is I mark up 2 inches on the back side as how we're going to reduce this. Make a line, and we draw a faint line across. We really don't need it. This will be the new bottom of the envelope. You don't need it to be approximately in the center of the envelope. You can either measure 3 inches up from the bottom or 1 inch from the line you drew and put a mark there. And we're going to put a quick trail in here. This will make more sense when I cut it out to make flaps on it, and it will bind less. We're now going to take our scissors and we're going to cut down the back of the envelope to our peak. Does not have to be perfect. I probably have a better eye for where center is there. And then follow the angled cut. Yep, not to worry. Out to the corner. And I'm going to just cut this all the way down. As I absolutely butcher it, but alright, you get the idea. Alright, next side, here we go, to our line, and then cut it open so that it opens up like this, and like that, and like that. Right, so now then, this is going to be the new bottom of our, so we're going to take our deluxe ruler, I like this really long one, and fold this up, put a crease in there, we know where to fold it now, and fold that all the way across, making the crease complete. We flip it over, that looks really good. Now these flaps will come in as well, and that will be our envelope, but as I said earlier, I'm going to keep the stamp side, I'm going to reduce the other side. So I want to, you can mark in or just measure 11.5 or 10 or 11 3/8. This is the one that they will check when you get to the post office, so very important that you be under 11.5 in the dimension there. Alright. That's going to be my new side. So I'm going to cut this excess stuff off of here. This is just redundant, and when we fold it up, it would actually just going to tear it, so you get the idea. We've done 80% of the work. Alright, and we continue on as I bump the table. And now we have the bottom half done, so now we have to fold the top down. We took 2 inches off the bottom, so I'm going to take 2 inches off the top. It was a 9-inch envelope. That will leave, this is from the original fold, and how you mark it isn't that big a deal. This one's actually, I'm marking it inside. There's 2 inches there, 2 inches off the bottom, 2 inches off the top. And let me just put a little crease in here, and it will make more sense as we fold it over. And just really getting that crease in there is what we need to do. So now then, there's the bottom, there are my sides. And the same way I have this nice angle cut, I want to do something similar with the top. There's my corner, there's a line, and just kind of draw a line down. And again, if I really want to get good, I guess it's a production, we can be professional here. And we'll mark this one as well. It's okay that these flaps overlap, won't bother much. And I want to cut off all this excess material now. Without cutting off your finger. Ta-da! All the way to your new crease. And I just cut all this off. Alright, so now we have our new envelope. And what I do is we're going to put the document in there, fold these over, fold it up. That one just meets. Alright, so now we have our envelope, and in reviewing it, we have to clean it up a little bit. If we look over here, there's a bunch of edges that may in fact catch the postal sorting equipment. So if we take these flaps and cut them, these are nice long scissors, so they work really well for this. We're just going to trim them at an angle, and that tends to make them travel a little bit better through all the machinery. And we'll do it to the bottom as well, ever so slightly, cutting an angle in the flaps so that it won't hang up in the postal sorting equipment. So now we have our envelope. Remember, we can still use the sticky glue that came with the envelope. That's going to be 90% of what keeps it shut. Add a little bit of tape. And speaking of documents, here is our would-be receipts. These are sample receipts. And notice that the envelope will hold the 8.5 by 11 paper. These are folded in half. Alright, so I've just put my expense report inside the envelope. I like to take a piece of tape and put it across here and tape these two tabs together, and that way it keeps the envelope from growing. Fold the bottom side up, lick the top, wet it however you want, fold it down, and you're good to go. Alright, so here's our final product, and as we measure it, it clearly comes in at less than 11.5. So we made everything work the way it was supposed to. We're 5 inches on the height, which is well within the what the post office allows. So thank you for watching. You can do this. Takes about less than 10 minutes, and you'll save 44 cents doing it.